let's turn our attention now, if we can, to Adam, who's calling in from Pinson tonight. Adam, we appreciate you watching, here to help you. How can we help?
Hey, how are you doing this evening?
We are
Great,
well.
Adam. Hope you are.
I have a question. I have a brother. He is on disability. He suffers with schizophrenia and bipolar. And the apartment complex he lives in, he has sustained a injury to his head. And someone called the police as he was obviously in pain and you know hollering, you know, or so someone made a disturbance call, and I don't want to say anyway, the authorities came out, and he was bleeding profusely, and in other words, he's still not recovered from the head wound, and he complied with them. He put his hands up, and they tackled him. They knocked his teeth out. In other words, he had to go to the hospital and get almost 20 staples on the back of his head. He had just got about $12,000 to $15,000 worth of new teeth put in, and the thing is, he complied. In other words, they could have used a taser. They could have gave him a hug. He was completely helpless. He couldn't. Not only he's been to court over 10 times, and they've done nothing. In other words, they're just they're trying to they want how can I get the body cam footage to show what happened? The pictures speak for themselves. In other words, he was arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, but he has no in other words, he has defensive wounds all over his hands. I have pictures of all of it. His mug shot, his whole head's covered in blood, and you can obviously his face and teeth are knocked out. His face is puffed up, and
Adam, let me interrupt you here because you asked a very good question, and so Jared, let me follow up on that. When it comes to that body cam footage, is that something that he can get a hold of?
Increasingly so. We're seeing that the access to this footage is more and more often accessible. Situations with mental health are really difficult. Law enforcement is tasked with being social workers as well as wearing many different hats in those situations. So I very much feel for your brother. It's difficult to be in those situations. It is important to make sure if there are any training opportunities that it's gotten to the bottom to, so that your brother and people like him continue to receive the best care that they can, and make sure that nothing out of protocol happened in that situation. And luckily in today's technology, we have easy ways to be able to have that accountability.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Adam, we certainly wish you and your brother the very best with that situation.